1 is Barton, Tony Dobbin. 2, Best Mate, Jim Cullity. Number 3, Bounce Back, Thierry Dumen. 4 is First Ballot, Timmy Murphy. 5, All La Loire, Dean Gallagher. No, a non-runner now, All La Loire. All La Loire is out. Non-runner. Number 6 is Landing Light, Richard Johnson, taking over from Mick Fitzgerald. Number 7 is Mr. Banjo, Adrian Maguire. 8 is Mr. Cool, Tony McCoy. And 9, Teatral, is Norman Williamson.
Very weak second favourite at 4s. Those two opened up at 5-2. That's because the support for others in the race. Bounce Back popular, 6-1 into 9-2. Landing Lights are unpopular, 11-2 out to 7s. But Teatral's also been back from 10s into 7s. And out the back there, Barton out to 9-1 with Mr. Cool 16s and First Ballot 25s.
And away pretty well, the field all beginning in good style. One of the first out is Mr. Cool, with Mr. Banjo out there as they charge now towards the first of 11 flights. Teatral is up there as well, followed then by First Ballot and Barton, who's back in the field. On the near side, Best Mate is getting up there into about 4th or 5th on the inside. Heading now towards the second. Mr. Banjo, the near side from Mr. Cool and Teatral, and just behind them is First Ballot. Then in the centre is Bounce Back, the pink sleeves, followed by Best Mate, tucked away on the inside. Over on the far side is Barton, and 2 or 3 lengths then to Landing Light as they head now towards the turn out of the back straight. First out in front is Mr. Banjo by 2 lengths, 2 in second, and to this stage is Mr. Cool. Then up on the outside, Teatral in third, followed by First Ballot and Barton on the outside. Further back in the field is Bounce Back, then tucked away behind the Best Mate, and Landing Light is last of the 8 runners as they round the home turn on the first occasion. In this Martell Aintree hurdle, and Mr. Banjo, ridden by Adrian Maguire, who gave Clay King such a great ride in the previous race to win, is showing the way here. Mr. Banjo the far side from Teatral, and then Mr. Cool. First Ballot is going pretty well, seems to be handling the conditions okay so far. And as we change camera angle, Barton, the white face, right over on the far side. Bounce Back is just behind them. On the right of picture is Best Mate, and Landing Light just not too fluent at that, but got away with it. Heading up now towards the next one in the home straight, which will be flight number 5, and Mr. Banjo with the noseband on the near side, just getting over in front of Teatral. And out wider is First Ballot. Mr. Cool in the white jacket getting up in the centre. Barton in the striped jacket is next, followed then by Bounce Back for Thierry Dumen, followed by Best Mate, who's second last, and last is Landing Light. Only 6 or 7 lengths covers them as they go out with just under a circuit to go. Mr. Banjo out in front by 3 parts of a length. The Teatral up there as well, too, is Mr. Cool, right there in the centre for Tony McCoy. Just angling to hold ground in the centre. Best Mate in behind them. Jim Cullity has got right up on the inside into 4th on the inside. Barton, the other striped jacket, out wider. Then Bounce Back in the centre. First Ballot has dropped back through the field, and Landing Light still at the rear. Into the back now, and heading along towards the first of 3 down there. Mr. Banjo and Mr. Cool judged that one to perfection. A mighty leap. The champion jockey saw a stride miles back there and took full advantage. Teatral moves up to make a line of 3. Just in behind them is Bounce Back, followed then by Barton and Best Mate. Behind them, Landing Light as they go to the middle one down the back, and First Ballot missed that one out and has lost ground. Heading down the back, they've got 4 flights left to jump in the Martell Aintree hurdle, and Mr. Cool leads at this stage from Teatral up on the outside. Barton goes into 3rd, followed by Mr. Banjo, Bounce Back, and Best Mate. Just being niggled a little bit now. He'll be wanting to get into the race soon as they prepare to leave the back. Mr. Cool from Teatral and Barton moving up now from Bounce Back. 2 lengths to Best Mate, getting closer all the time. They've kicked away now from Mr. Banjo. Landing Light going past that one, and a long gap then to First Ballot, who you can safely forget about. As they leave the back now and race across the top of the track, it's Mr. Cool on the inside. Tony McCoy taking an unconventional look behind the saddle there. From in second, Teatral. Barton in third, then Bounce Back in fourth. They're followed by Best Mate in fifth, a gap to Mr. Banjo and Landing Light, who are struggling some way behind these leaders as they come into the home straight in very heavy conditions here for this Martell Aintree hurdle. And it's Mr. Cool on the far side, being pressured now by Teatral. They're followed by Barton, and Bounce Back switched to the far side now by Thierry Duman, and Best Mate coming on the near side. 3 out, and Bounce Back was the one who made ground at that, but Mr. Cool is the leader from Bounce Back, and on the near side Barton. Here's Best Mate coming up the centre, giving a slap of the whip. Teatral has run his race, has dropped away. 2 left to jump now, and on the far side Mr. Cool jumps it well from Barton. Best Mate didn't handle it at all well. Going into third is Bounce Back. They've got 1 left to jump now, and he says go on Barton. Tony Dobbin, he takes it up clearly. Barton sprints 2 or 3 lengths in front. This is a great performance in the conditions. Mr. Cool in second. Barton got over the last okay, as powering clear by 4 or 5 lengths. Mr. Cool can't find any more from Best Mate, then Bounce Back, and Teatral just coming to the last. But with 100 yards left to go, this has been a fantastic performance by Barton as he comes home alone. He's going to win it by 10 or 12 lengths, punched right out by Tony Dobbin. Barton goes on to win the Martell Aintree hurdle by the best part of 12 lengths. Going to be tight for second. Best Mate, his big heart got him up for second, ahead of Mr. Cool in third, followed then by Bounce Back in fourth, and then Teatral, the only other one to finish. First Ballot pulled up, Landing Light pulled up, and Mr. Banjo pulled up. Tony Dobbin, he rides Listen Timmy later on in the National, our next race. But the winner is number 1 Barton, owned by Sir Stanley Clark, trained by Timmy's to be ridden by Tony Dobbin. The colours that Listen Timmy will carry in the next race. The 9-1, second Best Mate at 3-1 in favourite, and third number 8 Mr. Cool at 16-1. All Noir, the non-runner.